Apparently, the Great Taste producers think Laura and I are polar opposites in the kitchen.
So today, we're facing off, showcasing the versatility of pork tenderloin in two very different recipes.
The first is impressive enough to come out of my restaurant kitchen.
And the second is a quick weeknight meal that my family absolutely loves.
I'm Chef George Hudson.
And I'm Laura Cook. And we're here to show you there's no right way to get dinner on the table.
Or is there?
No.
Might be.
I disagree. Just eating, it doesn't matter. Just give people food.
Pork tenderloin is the superstar cut. That's why chefs and home cooks love it. It's an extra lean cut of pork with very little fat or connective tissue, so it stays naturally tender when cooked properly. It can be roasted, grilled, pan-seared, or stir-fried, or in this case, stuffed, creating an elegant presentation that's sure to impress your guests. To start, I'm going to remove the silver skin from the tenderloin. Now this is one tough piece of connective tissue that doesn't break down during cooking. So we want to place our knife just under the surface, just slightly. We don't want to go too far deep. And once you've released that silver skin, just hold it and gently pull while cutting away right at the edge of the meat. Okay, our silver skin is off. Very happy with that. Now I'm going to butterfly this tenderloin by slicing through it horizontally, being careful not to go through all the way to the other side. You want to try and do the majority of that first big cut in one, as to make a nice clean cut. And now we'll just go deeper on the work we already did. And now I want to open it up like a book and gently flatten it to create an even surface area for stuffing. I'm going to saran wrap this and set this aside.
I'll start by removing the silver skin. I also chose a tenderloin that doesn't really have very much silver skin on it, so it's much easier to get ready to go. So I'll just take this last little bit. I know this is probably making George squirm watching this, but this is what it looks like in people's houses. One of the easiest and quickest ways to cook tenderloin is to cut it into medallions. And for this recipe, I want to cut it about 1/2 inch thick so that it cooks nice and evenly. So just about that. And if you happen to get it a little thicker, you can always flatten it down as well. In our house, we love tenderloin. It's affordable, and there are just so many different things you can do to it. I actually have a lot of childhood memories growing up, eating tenderloin kebabs as a family. I'm going to quickly brown these for about 2 to 3 minutes per side. You can hear it sizzling. And if you don't have room in your pan, that's okay. Just do it in a couple of batches if you need to. And then we'll transfer everything to a nice clean plate while I finish off the dish. George would probably tell me to stop moving all the tenderloin medallions around in the pan, but I'm a very impatient person. So unless I'm preparing a million other things, I'm just going to be moving it around. We believe every ingredient tells a story, and every story connects to you. Thanks to partners like Manitoba Pork, we get to help tell those stories. Our channel is a hub of Manitoba food stories and triple tested recipes. So be sure to subscribe and celebrate Manitoba ingredients with us. Stay tuned to the end because George and I will be taste testing each other's dishes, and I'm genuinely nervous about what his reaction is going to be.
But we always want to add some salt, and that's going to help break things up.
George asked me if I wanted to do a race. I'd rather keep my fingers.
And now, time to stuff the tenderloin. We don't want to overstuff because then it's just bursting out. But we do want to make sure there's lots of that yummy flavor on every bite. Once we're happy with the amount of stuffing we have, I'm going to center it on my board. Now it's time to make our first tie. Let's take a nice piece of string, about 10 inches long, about a quarter of the way down. Lift that meat up over the fillings. Good tie. Now I like to sear this in a hot skillet before roasting it in a 375-degree oven for roughly 15 to 20 minutes, or until the internal temperature reads 155 on the meat thermometer. And this tenderloin is going in. Then that's the noise we want. It's caramelizing right away, getting crispy. And we've got that seam side up to start. It's coming out. And now, let's put this in a 375-degree oven for 15 to 20 minutes, or until the internal temperature reads 155 on my meat thermometer. And then we'll let it rest for 3 to 5 minutes.
My sauce is ready to go, so it's time to return my medallions back to the pan. And don't forget about all the juices on the plate as well. They add a lot of flavor right into the sauce. So this will only need a couple more minutes to really reheat this pork. Just flip them over so they get nice and saucy. And don't overcook this pork. Tenderloin is tender and delicious, even with just a hint of pink. Sometimes I like to add some frozen peas or diced bell pepper or a handful of spinach, but this dish on its own looks and smells amazing. So I think I'm ready for George to give it a try.
Okay, so my tenderloin has roasted and rested, and your curry looks great. So is it time to dig in?
Yes, please.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So got a little bit of each dish in front of us here.
Do a little cheers.
Cheers. Okay, so let's try yours first.
Okay.
I'm excited to try yours. Smells great. That's really nice. It's very sweet and fruity. It's something you don't always get from a curry.
Yeah, it's really unique, this one, I think.
So how long did this take you to make?
Probably like 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yep,
That's
nice
quick.
and quick. There's not a whole lot to do for this one.
Right.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Yes. Should we go to yours? What was the most difficult part about making this one?
Definitely the trussing of the meat. You know, knowing how much stuffing to put in there, tying it together, and trying to make sure it doesn't all squeeze out, just kind of evenly. But an important step. Yeah.
I really like this one. It's nice with all the different little bits inside with the different textures. And the pork is really tender. Did you like one better than the other? Which one's best?
I'll be honest, the one I like better is your dish.
Thank you.
It's been a while since I had something with that specific kind of flavor profile,
Right.
and it was nice and refreshing.
Awesome.
Yeah. What
Good.
about you?
I feel like I did really, really like mine because it was so different, but I also really liked all the different aspects of what was in the filling of yours. So if I really, really, really had to choose, I would choose mine too.
That's fair. That's fair.
But
That's the winner of the day.
probably if I was going somewhere to eat, I would love to have something fancy like yours. I consider that fancy.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, well, we can both see the merit
Yes.
of each other's side.
Well done, us.
Well done.
Oh, a handshake. Excellent. I'm more of a high fiver.
Wonderful. It just goes to show that you don't have to be a chef to make a delicious dinner. Although a little organization definitely helps with the cleanup.
Sometimes. If you'd like to make either of these dishes, we'll leave links to the recipes below. You should also check out these great videos from Chef George.
And check out these videos from Laura Cook. See you next Friday.